Having 1 or 2 drinks, then driving home is something many people do without much thought or worry. 1 drink wouldn't put you over the illegal limit, right? They say blood alcohol level is not in itself an accurate measure of intoxication. Impairment varies depending on body weight, gender, and body fat percentage, and it is up to a trained officer to decide if you are in fact impaired.
A person can be under a .08 and still be impaired, simply shown by the performance of their field sobriety tests, driving history, and things such as that.
Refusing a breathalyzer or a field sobriety test will not necessarily help you avoid a conviction. In fact, refusing a breathalyzer has immediate consequences that can be more severe than submitting to a sobriety test.
If you refuse to blow, your license is going to be suspended automatically for 90 days. Now, you may in fact be found not guilty of your DUI later on, but that still does not mean that your license will not be suspended for those 90 days.
DUI officers use a standardized field sobriety test to determine impairment. Failing 50% or more of the test will give a prosecution enough evidence to convince a judge you were, in fact, impaired.
It's not against the law, to drink and drive. It's against the law to be impaired and drive. So in each case stands on its own merit, like I said. But if a person refuses to take the test, that's a 0-0 rating on them, and so the officer has to do his homework, and he has to do, different field sobriety tests and things like that to be able to bring into the courtroom to present to the court, so I can make a good judgment.
Those involved in DUI enforcement say the best way to assure your safety and others is to not drink and drive at all. In Meridian, Jessica Deely, News Center 11.
The reason I stopped you is we're up there just doing a bar check, and they said that when they walked in, you took off. The reason I stopped you is your tag has expired. You aware of that? 6, 7, 8, 11 people in this truck.
I had to see.
You had to see?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but you blinded me.
I'm sorry.
During an evening out with DUI enforcement, we saw underage offenders in even a third-time felony offense. Arresting officer Chris Kokel hopes that the first-time offenders learn their lesson, but says the older you are, the less likely it is that paying fines and attending classes will stop you from driving while impaired again.
My experience has been that the later in life somebody gets a first DUI, the more likely they are to have a second and third and subsequent DUIs after that.
The reason behind this being a false sense of safety is ascertained with older age and driving experience. This suspect was arrested for her third DUI, a felony offense in Mississippi. She was close to 60 years old and was unable to complete the standardized field sobriety test. She is now facing up to 5 years in jail.
How old are you?
19.
19. Hopefully we catch them. If they're going to drink and drive, we catch them at an early enough age that maybe it wakes them up and they realize that this is not the road they want to travel down on a continual basis.
Stephanie Denham, a mother whose daughter was killed by a third offense drunk driver, has this to say on repeat offenses.
Everybody makes a mistake, and I understand that. My problem is when they are repeating those mistakes. Then I don't have much sympathy.
Criminal penalties in Mississippi are among the harshest in the nation. Even so, this night out proves plenty of people continue to drink and drive, risking their lives and the lives of others. In Meridian, Jessica Deely, News Center 11.